Hey guys, I have that there. Gonna put it there. Don't look now, but you and I are starting to assemble the final parts of a 454 big block. All I'm doing up here for these bolt holes, they seem to be pretty clean, but I'm still running a bolt through just to see if there's anything in there. If there's any resistance, I'll go back with a tap, but they seem to be just all the way in, all the way out. Also, this kind of took me back to the old days of Corvette stuff. Corvettes have always had the short water pumps, big or small block, because just fitment issues. So I had to get this little dinky one row, sits right on the balancer kind of pulley for the bottom. But the good news is there's a very short distance it has to travel around here, and all that I'm going to run on here is an alternator. So I don't have a whole bunch of extra crap to deal with. Okay, all that stuff's on. Going to leave the clutch fork off until I get the transmission on. I'm still doing some last minute stuff to that, waiting on a gasket. Also, the shifter, I'm going to put on the transmission before it goes in, so it's going to go in like this first. When we last joined our intrepid gearhead, he was trying to get a 454 mounted in his 68 Camaro, which has turned out to be formidable because I have solid motor mounts. See what I mean from the side? The back of it is tilted down a whole lot. That transmission not being on there, it doesn't have a transmission cross member, so it's not able to mount. Anyway, the goal today is to get it on both motor mount bolts. I had to stop recording for a while because it seems that whenever I do anything on the car and start videoing, that guy cleans his driveway with a little steam thing. He's done it 3 days straight. You just see him over there saying, well, I wonder what that guy's doing with the camera and the tripod. Back bolt, header, passenger side. Whew! You guys remember that or what? I do now. In case you haven't noticed, I jump all around the car, man. Got a little upgrade for the back. Experienced YouTuber, but out of the shot. The tire that's on here is a 215/70/14 on like a 6-inch wide rim, maybe a 7. I think it's 6 now. And by the way, if you'll notice, there are only 3 lug nuts on each wheel. It's gonna get a new set of lug nuts, but even those are gonna be temporary, because it's eventually going to get 4-wheel disc, but that's not going to happen this year. Goodbye, little critter. Derek Berry of Vice Grip Garage would be so proud right now. Well, not a whole lot sticking through there, but as long as it's the depth of the lug nut, you're safe. Also, if you're wondering about what kind of center caps and all that kind of stuff, believe it or not, no center caps and no trim rings. This is the way my 68 used to run back in the day when I was doing a lot of street racing and stuff. I wanted it to be as light as I could make it. Put this back on here. Let's lower it and see what it looks like. Oh, sweet baby girl. Oh, that looks so much better. This is starting to look so much like my old car. And I'm not trying to build one just like it. The old one had like several small blocks, one small block with a blower, several other small blocks with nitrous, one big block. But this one, oh, that looks so good on there. I'll still be on the lookout for some 275 6015s because these are 255s. But this is all I could find. The guy actually had them for sale on Facebook Marketplace. I just had to get another angle. Look at that. Tires and wheels really do make a vehicle. I have some 15.5s for the front, but got to get some tires first. It was really hot today, so I wasn't out much. But I'm getting some peripheral stuff done, accessories and things. This side looks as if I'll be able to pop the starter down in there pretty easily. That's coming tomorrow or Monday. The other side, I still have to figure out the Z-bar, a couple other things. You guys seen that little meme of the guy getting all choked up when he sees his new tires and wheels on his car? I'm officially that guy right now. Man, that changes the whole thing. As you can tell, that quarter's not mounted yet. It's hanging on there with hopes and dreams. I did a little more work on this one. That upper edge there where it was welded in is really close to the way it should be, but I put some light behind it and I saw some very small pinholes, so I'm going to redo that. But for now, that section of the car is looking pretty sweet, I think. By the way, to make that header fit, I had to grind off the side of that A-arm and that bolt. Okay, sliding in the back, taking the seat out because I'm going to put a new package tray in. Had to take out an old 6x9 Pioneer over there. But this is a bit alarming. I vacuumed in here a long time ago. Now we see what could be fresh mouse droppings. That's all the silica that came out of the media blaster. This thing was media blasted and then stayed in the back, like inside of a body shop for 40 years. Let's put that package tray in. This is easy. This is also a pretty cheap way to make the inside of your Camaro look good, or Nova, or anything that has a package tray. This one was under 40 bucks, and I think it was under 30. These jobs totally remind me that I'm no longer 6'2", 170. That's up in there. Just take your time. Remember to fold over that upper flap. Clean off the seat a little bit now. Behold my new fuel pump. Cost me 17 bucks, 20 cents. Got it off Amazon. The cheapest one that I could find on there, period. And before some of you start saying, man, all that cheap crap's going to catch up to you, do a quick search on your brand name pump and see where it's actually made. Get inside my fitting drawer here. I just need an in and an out. I think that's a return. I'm going to do a little research to see if I actually need it or not. You guys ever notice whatever size you need on a fuel pump or any kind of fitting, carburetor, whatever, you don't have it in your toolbox? You can have like looking like that. You're not going to have it. Off to the store we go. By the way, real quick, I had somebody ask me the other day why I've not tried to get this going yet. I can't because I don't know the push rod length yet. I ordered a push rod length checker and they sent me the wrong one. It wasn't long enough. I need one that's about 8 inches to 9 inches, and they sent me one that's about 1 inch too short, so that delayed me a couple of days. But in the next video, we'll have this thing running. You know, I didn't mean to end the video early, but my neighbor just asked me if I wanted some Easter food. We're making our Easter tomorrow. I could theoretically have Easter 2 days in a row. You guys don't tell my girlfriend. Don't. Man, I just had 2 big old hunks of ham. Had some kind of cornbread, corn pudding type stuff. Some cauliflower with like a cheese baked onto it, some craziness. And green beans and mac and cheese. Good news is I'm going to do it all again tomorrow. You guys have a happy Easter, and I'll see you soon.